Greetings and salutations, good people. My name is Otis James Bush Jr. This is OJB Cooking. Today we're gonna hook us up some good old comfort food. You know, sometimes you need something just remind you back in the day when you ain't know how good you had it. You out here trying to eat McDonald's. Meanwhile, your mama got some good old roast back at the crib, and you know, she told you, ain't gonna happen. You was sad, but you ate that roast and it was good. It was good in your soul. And that's what we gonna do today. We're gonna hook us up a good old roast. We're gonna also hook us up some potato salad. My mama didn't really do, you know, the potatoes in the crock pot or potatoes in the roaster because she used the old Magdalite roaster pan. I ain't elevated to that level. I'm gonna give me one, you know, that's on down the road. She never really did like, you know, potatoes in there. If she did, it was just really for garnishment. What she would do is make a good old potato salad on the side with some good old rice and gravy and some vegetable of some kind, whatever. But the main event, starter show, that good old roast and the potato salad, you know what I mean? So what we gonna need? For our roast, we just gonna season this boy real good. We gonna marinate it first in some good old Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. We gonna marinate that thing on up in that with a little seasoning. I'm probably gonna mix in some seasoning with it. I'm gonna let it just sit in there for a bit. We're gonna cut some slits into it, take some grated garlic, along with some assorted seasonings. We're gonna stuff those pockets real deep down up inside that thing, you know what I mean? Then we're gonna season the outside of it one more again. We'll sear it, throw it in the crock pot. We also gonna make that good old potato salad as aforementioned. For that, of course, we're gonna need potatoes. We also gonna need some mayo, some sweet relish, some pimentos, pro tip, some mustard. We're gonna throw, you know, season up our potatoes, of course. We're gonna throw some celery, some fresh parsley on in that thing. Eggs, of course. Good. I'm probably forgetting something, but no worries. Whatever I forgot to mention right now, we'll go in the comments. While we here, go ahead and subscribe for a real true G. Go ahead and drop a comment, you know what I mean? Go ahead, share it. Helps out with the algorithm. It gets good traffic coming through the page, which takes this program that runs YouTube and it'll recycle it back for other people to see. And you know, you just get to, you know, get this thing popping for you. Boy, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? That being said, we'll go ahead and go and get up into this. As always, come on with me. All right, now the first thing we're gonna do is hook us up a good makeshift marinade out of some Worcestershire sauce. Just gonna throw some seasonings on up in that thing. We got some onion powder, some cayenne, some garlic powder. There we go. Got some black pepper. A little more. There we go. Whip that up real good. Rip that up real good. We're gonna pour that on. And I just let this sit for about 20-30 minutes. It is gonna make your roast a little bit, you know, dark or whatever. Don't let that alarm you. Don't let that throw you off. Crush up some fresh garlic here. And what we're gonna do is end up grating our garlic. Now I've used minced garlic forever, and actually, you know, growing up, you know, mom just used minced garlic. So if you just got some minced garlic in the crib, feel free to use that instead. If you don't feel like, you know, sitting there, you know, grating up garlic, you know. Scrape that on up off the back. Here we go. That's that good stuff. What? A little bit more. I ended up doing 3 big cloves though, but it was a big old roast, so I wanted to make sure it was nice and flavorful. All right, to that, we're gonna add. I think that was a 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. I got a 1/8 of a teaspoon here of cayenne. I think I doubled back, so we ended up using a 1/4 of a teaspoon because I just added one more 1/8. I don't know if you know. You know, I like it spicy. Y'all can do one, you know what I mean, if you ain't about that life. Got a little bit of garlic powder, and we got some onion powder. I think I went in 2 times. For this one, I ended up using a 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then ended up using a 1/4 of a teaspoon for the black pepper as well. A little bit of saute, it never hurt nobody. Throw that on up in there as well. And I just pulled out the measurements, y'all. Really try to help out.
honestly, I never use measurements. I just dump all this stuff up in there, mix it up like so, get the stuff in this roast. But I figure, you know, put a little measurements with it. Little knife, there you go. Flick it the wrist, get on up in there. And we just gonna cut some slits like this. You know, you're gonna take a spoonful of your mixture. Make sure your hands is nice and clean. I wash mine frequently while cooking if y'all are curious. And then make sure you stuff that nice and deep up in the roast. And repeat, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna take y'all through the whole process. It's pretty straightforward. Do it as many times or as little as you want. They can be as close together as separate. I put a bunch, but that's just me. You know, if you're not as huge a fan of garlic, or you know, don't like stuff seasoned that intensely, feel free to cut back a bit. On to a hot pan, we got some olive oil ready to go up in that thing, and we will just throw this roll down, face down. I already got that side nice and seasoned, and then we gonna throw some seasoning on this side. Make sure we keep things copacetic. Get a nice sear going on that. I almost overseared, but really hard to do when you're about to slow cook a roast for about 6 to 8 hours. All that stuff just gonna cook down. It's a very nice flavoring, which is really what happened here. Stay tuned. Sear the other side up right quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna chop up some onions. We gonna use all of these onions in our roast. We also chop up a few bell peppers. Half for the roast, half for the potato salad. Chopped up nice and right. We're gonna add some broth there. I use about a half a cup of beef broth. And we're gonna throw our roast on right on top of that with the onions and the bell peppers. Throw a few more onions and bell peppers up on that thing. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. And I put about, I don't know, maybe a fourth a cup more broth just on top. Zilly. Let's check it out. No? No? Oh, okay. I'm coming along. Got a little something going. Huh? What? Okay. Get a little tender. About 3 hours in, but we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. Oh yeah, we in the game now, people. That's nice and tender right there. That's what you want in your life. Yeah. Alright, chop up a little parsley. Chop up a little celery. This is of course for the potato salad. Get that nice and chopped real fine. You just use a couple of stalks. I use 3 potatoes. Bunch of potato salad, that's way too much. And I use 3 eggs, and the way we do it over here, my crib, I learned from my mama, you know, separate them yolks. Make us up a little mixture off to the side. Chop up these egg whites and we gonna throw them in by themselves. Stay tuned. Stay with me. Crunch these up, crush them up rather. Alright, now I'm using this is about a half a cup of mayo. You can adjust your mayo mustard ratio just depending on how much you like mayo, how much you like mustard, and what you're trying to get the consistency like. But just as a baseline, this is about a half a cup of mayo, about a fourth of a cup of mustard. Just toss that on up in there real quick, like. There we go. Season up our potatoes, a little black pepper, a little garlic powder, a little cayenne, you know, typical seasonings I use. You can go off the beaten path. We stuck to the script on this one. A little sugar. Get out a good stir. Get those seasoning to coat those potatoes real good. A little salt. One more stir. And we'll take our mixture, or egg yolk, mustard mayo mixture. I think not quite the consistency I'm looking for. I'm adding me About another tablespoon or two of mayo. Stir that up some more. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. I like that color a lot more, a lot more. I'll get that up in there. Alright, we got about a half a cup of sweet relish. Got some chopped up bell pepper from earlier. I say that's about I don't know, fourth of a cup, something like that. I used about, I don't know, half a cup of egg whites. Didn't put them all in. Maybe put them in later. I don't know. And we got some parsley. Leave a little bit for the side for garnishment later. And then we got our celery. Oh, pro tip on the low ski, pimentos. Give it a little extra something. Just trust me on this. Just trust me on this. Give that a good stir. Form looking real tight. I was stirring like a mug. Alright, now we got some baby broccoli. We got to strain this after boiling. Boil that for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna blanch it. I throw it in some cold water, stop that cooking real quick. There we go. Get a little butter in the pan with a little olive oil. A little minced garlic. Keep it on deck. And we just go saute these for about another 2 to 3 minutes, real quick. Just a quick little salt on that. A little cracked black pepper. Fancy. These came out real good. You know what I mean? So if you ever in the mood with just a little something different on your broccoli, give it a shot. Well, look at that taste. Y'all see me? And it's time to plate it. Place the roast perfectly. The plate. Le drizzle. Oh, I made some gravy too. I was running out of room in terms of like the length of this video is super long, so I opted to cut out the gravy. But you know, a little cornstarch, little juices from the roast in a pan. Mix that up. No worries, you can do it. Trust me. Oh, in the game, people. Yeah, look how beautiful that is, boy. Y'all don't see me. Yeah, that potato salad on point. Look at that. Look at that. Looks so delicious. No. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, good people. Moment of truth. Time to test it out. See what it do. See, the key is what you want to try to do is get a little bit of roast, a little bit of rice and gravy, a little bit of potato salad on the same fork. It's perfect, right? Ooh. We'll do the family proud. Turned out really good. I ain't tried these, but get one more bite in for the roll.
As always, good people, I appreciate you joining me. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Help your boy out with that good old algorithm, man. I'm trying to get some circulation in this thing. Don't you want to share your boy? I appreciate you. Let me know if you make it. Hit the comment section. Let me know how it turned out. And until next time, peace.